fuck was that?
Let's go. Ready? Boom, go.
Welcome to What the Fuck Did I Dream Last Night? I'm Jaynee.
And I'm Jess. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Right? It'll be coming on Wednesdays. Yeah.
It comes out on Wednesday, but you confused me because today's Tuesday and we normally record on a Monday. So now I'm just...
We're all kinds of messed up, but happy Wednesday to y'all. Happy belated Mother's Day to you, Jaynee Lynn.
Thank you. Happy belated Mother's Day to you because you're a fur dog, mama.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know my fur baby, he is something else. He's a lot of drama. He's a lot of maintenance.
He's been rocking a cone for quite a while.
Yeah, he won't stop licking his darn paws, and he's a lot of maintenance, but he's freaking adorable. So I'll post him. I'll post a picture of him tonight on the Instagram for y'all.
No.
Yeah, sleepy
Oh,
puppy
baby
cuddles.
Miles.
He's a big cuddler though, and he's a big dreamer, so he gets points for that.
Mocha's been dreaming a lot lately, like because she sleeps on like the corner of my bed on my side. She sleeps on my by my feet, and she's recently been like kicking a lot more. And my husband's always like, she's dreaming of chasing squirrels. She's dreaming of chasing squirrels.
Yeah, I don't know what
And
my
we're
dog.
always like, get that rabbit, get that squirrel.
We're gonna time out here because my husband has to interrupt. Apparently.
I told him to back drop down.
All right, we could talk about this later. That'd be really great.
Yeah.
Take the dog.
Miles, come.
Speaking of dog. Okay. Love you.
Hi, Cam.
Anyways. So I think my dog dreams about chasing birds because we have a ton of birds in our backyard. But
that could be it.
yeah.
You know, my dog, like Mocha, she doesn't care about birds. Like, doesn't care at all. Squirrels and rabbits, though, she needs to get them. And Prancer just barks at anything Mocha barks at.
I wonder if other people's I do always wonder. Sometimes I'm like, is he dreaming? Like, is it a scary dream? Like, so I feel like some dogs don't dream, but some do, and I wonder why. I wonder if we have other dog dreamers out there. Guys have to let us know.
Dog dreamers, like the dogs are listening to us.
Yeah, and dogs, tune in and let us know.
Digs.
Yeah.
Digs, can you email us, please? Tell us about your
dogs. That would be great. I wish my dog could email.
I would. Nope. See, as a groomer, I can't say that I wish my dogs could talk or nope.
That's fair. That's fair.
They would just be MFing everything while I'm grooming them.
You might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, or at least maybe I can explain to them like what I'm doing. Like I'd be like Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh man, this ties in so nicely with my dream. I can't even describe it. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Jess is so excited about her dream. Like she called me the other day and goes, I have a title for episode 3. And I was like, she took me off guard. I'm like, wait, we didn't even record that episode yet. She goes, yeah, I know, but my dream, like I know what I'm talking about.
It's great. It's great. It's great in my head. You know how when you tell a dream, it's great in your head. It's like a movie and you hope you're telling it as good as what it was. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear.
You're excited about your dream. I didn't tell you anything. You're just excited about yourself right now, Star Girl.
Well, because listen, I was laughing out loud. I kind of forgot the details of my dream and I wrote them down because it was like last week. And I was just reading it again before this episode. And you can ask Jaynee. I was literally laughing out loud at myself.
She was cracking up. And I felt left out because I was like, I don't want to know what it is yet. So you can't tell me. But she's just sitting there laughing. Yeah. And I was like, she was all excited. And then for some reason, I'm like, I'm super nervous to record today. Don't know why.
Well, hey, it's the build up. It's the anticipation.
I think I know why I'm nervous too, is because my dream that I'm going to finally talk about isn't like a happy one.
Yeah, we touch base. We gotta kind of talk about our dreams, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be good though because I'm gonna go after you. So yes. I will I assure you mine is not a serious one. So
You'll lighten the mood up.
I will.
But I will say, I talked to my therapist right before we started recording. So yeah, so we do phone calls and I found out good news is he's opening his doors next month on the 1st. So
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna start going back in person. Even though he's like, it's gonna be weird because we're gonna have masks on and everything, but it'll be
Yeah.
better for me because I'm terrible at I just walk around my house and I want to I don't know. It's hard talking about stuff via phone when you're used to
It's
sitting
very
over.
difficult. Even video, I think, makes a difference because you can respond to A, when someone's going to start and stop, but B, you can kind of see their facial expression.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm
on a
glad,
couple of
yeah.
the phone calls, I just keep talking and then he doesn't answer right away and then I just keep rambling more. But in
Hmm.
person, I can tell he's thinking about something, wants to figure out how he wants to address it, and I
Right.
don't know.
Well, good. I'm glad you guys will get back to a little more closer to normal next week.
Yes, or next month.
Next
So
month. Next month, my bad.
yeah, so I'm excited. So I hope everyone else hasn't dropped on their therapy and stuff because it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Even if it's an awkward phone call, it feels better just to get out those worries. So keep up with it. Even
Yeah.
if your doctor or anything isn't opening back up, just talk to them in any way you can.
And I'll tell you this, I'm not a therapist by any means, but I feel better when I hear from my patients, just like that phone call or that video chat.
Mhm.
So don't feel like you're bothering your therapist or your doctor, whoever, your PA.
Yeah.
They want to know that you're doing okay too, and they're here
Yep.
to help. Well,
For sure.
good. Well, on that note, do you want to lead into your dream? And
Oh, let's do it. Um, so this is a nightmare, I'm gonna say. It's not really it's not a dream. I mean it's a dream, but
right.
finally, I will say, guys, my dream finally does not have to do with a grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah, that's which can be a nightmare in its own respect, but it's not. And I will say this, I know a little bit, I think, about what dream you're going to tell,
Yeah.
because I think you had called me after this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
definitely told you this before, but it's been over a year.
yeah, so kind of a little disclosure. We said we're going to give people a heads up.
Yeah, I would say I do have I just put a little note on it. It says anyone with kids or if you have any kids close to you or anything, this could hit hard and it could upset you.
Or if you've had to make decisions about wanting to have a child or keep a child or
Yes,
something like that.
for sure. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up because I was trying to think of
Hmm.
how I could
Yeah,
disclose this. But just letting you know. So, um, yeah, this one's a weird one. I think this is why I'm nervous today too because it's the
yeah.
first one that I'm talking about.
I think
It's
it's an
weird.
important one to have, though. I think more people will take something away from this than you anticipate. So,
Yeah. Okay. So this was right after I had my daughter, and it was it was 2 weeks or something after I was already home because my mom was still here with me.
okay.
Or it was right around that time. Either she just left or was still here.
Hmm.
And it has to do with babies and dryers and washers. So the world was overpopulated and you could not keep your children. If you had a baby, you couldn't keep it, which is weird because you still had the baby, so you clearly kept it for a little bit and then but so I had to walk downstairs into my basement. It was my own personal basement. This was happening in my house where this terrible thing was happening where how they were getting rid of the babies. So I go downstairs and I'm in line and there's all these women with a baby, they're carrying a baby, and my child, like I said, was only maybe 3 weeks old, 2 weeks old, whatever. And in my dream she was also that old, and I'm holding her, and everybody is just so calm in this line, this is a normal everyday like thing. So I make it downstairs, and like lined up there were like 5 washing machines. And there was a Catholic priest. And like I say Catholic because like that's what I took from my dream, like that's what it was. I'm not like saying anything bad. I don't know. I could go on about disclosures this whole entire time I talk about this, so we're just going to talk about it. That was the one that was like conducting it. And like in charge, and they was making us place our children into a washer. Like they were just like you were putting your baby into a washing machine. Blech. And these like all these women in my dream were doing it like without a fight, and I'm just like, what? Like, why is everyone just like going along with this so easily? Like, why isn't anyone putting up any fight? Like, why are we all just so okay with it? And like, also, why like are there no dads or anything? Like, where are the dads in this dream? Like, just us women lined up with one baby.
I think there's like so much interpretation you can take from this dream already.
There's so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
So the moms are just placing them in the washer and like walking away. And I go to place my daughter into one, and there's already like 3 babies in the washer. And I hate this next part, and I wasn't going to say it, but I have to say it because my face is like blushing because I hate this dream. But
You want to be authentic too. And
yeah, exactly. So I recall seeing one of the babies like had like ugh, had a shoe print like on its forehead, like like a boot print almost. And I don't know how my brain like comes up with this. Like this is the part of dreams I do not understand. Like we'll get into that.
But you don't know. I'm curious what you like read or saw, if you remember that day. I don't know. Because like this sounds very far-fetched, but believe it or not, like in some other countries, in a weird way, like this isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe a different modality. So I mean, I'm curious if maybe like you saw the news or something.
Yeah.
Um.
But here we get a that was all like the worst of the worst of the worst. And my dream kind of gets a little better here.
Yeah. So what do you do? Or what
So
happened?
the hero in me decides not to place my daughter in there. But I grab out another baby, and I was like, well, I don't know.
That's right. That gave me goosebumps.
So I have my daughter, and I'm like, I act like I'm putting her into the dryer or washer, whatever. What is a washer? But I put her in there, and I saw that one baby with like the shoe print on its head, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So I just grabbed another one, and there were 3 babies in the washer that so my child was going to be the 4th one. So I grabbed one, and I was like, and I just leave with 2.
And did it happen in increments of 4, do you know?
I don't know, but that's just what I just recall. 3 babies, and my child was the 4th one. So that could have been something. I didn't even think about that. I'm curious. I'm going to look that up unless you're already looking something up about number 4. So I take the one baby, and I just left. And like no one like put up a fight. Like the priest just, I don't know if he was just like busy with the other washers or whatever, but like I just left. And after all of this like was going on, all the women that had to put their children into this terrible situation were sitting in the dining room of the restaurant where I waitress at. And I walk in there because I guess that's where we went after. And I'm just like holding these 2 babies, and everyone's just like so calm and so normal. And I'm like, what? Like, why is everyone so calm? Like, and I was also calm in my dream, but I just remember like in my head, in my dream, like I was composed on the outside, but on the inside, I was like, this isn't okay. Like something like, why is this okay?
And your game face on.
So I'm just standing there, and I'm like, is this someone's baby that's here? And I was like, if not, I'll take her and I'll like take care of her. And I ended up finding the baby's mom and I gave the baby back to her. And like, that was it of the dream. So I put some notes on here, like when I recorded this dream, like how I felt. Like when I woke up, I was so upset and devastated that like I didn't take more babies. Like, why did I only take one? And like the one that I picked up to, it wasn't even the one that had like the shoe print on his forehead. And like I was pissed off at myself. Like, why wouldn't I have grabbed that baby too? And like, not that like any baby's life matters more than the next, but like, I just feel like in reality, I could have carried 4 children in my arm to get out of a situation like this.
So did
Also,
you?
good.
So at the end, were you reprimanded, or like were you able to escape, or did you give the babies back to their other mom, like their moms?
My baby was my baby, so I kept my
Right.
baby. Um, and then I did give the other baby back to the mom because the mom was at the restaurant that we were all sitting at, which was where I work.
Did you get in trouble, or like or did you wake up?
No, like that was the end of the dream. That's all I remember. You also, I like tried to like all day I thought about this dream because that's one that doesn't like
Yeah, this one's heavy, and there's a lot of interpretation there, and I think some people can infer that, like, and obviously I know you very well. I've known you since we were kids. Like, you don't see that as, why would why wouldn't the mother have taken that baby back and blah blah blah. But you
yeah,
more saw it as, why didn't you see yourself as the protector in this dream, and why didn't you do more?
yeah. Um
Not so much like judge. I think it sounds like you're confused. And again,
yeah, I wasn't yeah, like in the dream, like I wasn't mad. Like I openly gave this woman her child back and she was so grateful.
hmm
And I tried just to like when I got up, like, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, some people don't have the guts to do that and they just do what they're told. Like everybody has a different
Yep.
background, so you just don't know, and you don't know, like
And some
you don't know
people
if
are
they
like,
had
she might have been told the baby was getting a bath.
yeah,
She may have been told
yeah, you have no idea.
um,
Or like, what if she had other kids at home and these were just like the new babies that had to be like you couldn't populate the world anymore. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And I think, like we said, and we cannot emphasize this enough, that even in your dream, if you were judging her, that doesn't mean you, your conscious self, and you as a person would judge somebody like that. But I think
Yes.
it's just your brain processing things, like we talked about last episode,
Hmm.
um, and working through things. I would love to know, and I wish I would have asked you a year ago when you called me, what you like watched or what was happening. Well, I guess it would have been February last year. It was like a month after you had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like end of
I don't know.
January.
We'll have to dig more into that if we can remember.
Um, I think too, most of it, personally, I think this just came from being a new mom, the
Mhm.
stress, the overwhelmness of your hormones. My mom was going back home. Like it was just gonna be my husband's already back to work, so it's just gonna be me and
In your new
I
role,
yeah, and I was still off work and just adjusting and like the stress of adjusting.
and finding like your new identity as a mom. You've
Yeah.
known Jaynee for that point 20 some years. Who
Mhm.
is Jaynee as a mom?
Yes.
So
So I think that was a big part of why I dreamt this. It was like just the stress and anxieties and like what's happening. Like
yeah,
just yeah. Um I feel like you hit it on the nail there. But I did look up a couple things. Um and I found this website dreambible.org
hmm, okay.
and you
I
take
think I've been on that one before. I feel like it's a good one.
yeah, I like this one a lot because it gives you like a definition of what you dreamt, like what that word can mean when you're dreaming. But then it also gives you examples. So I thought that was really cool. So the one thing, I'll start off with this. It was an example. And it says, a man dreamed of trying to protect 2 children. In waking life, he was trying to protect his 2 growing businesses from being overrun and controlled by his jealous, abusive father. So, like, he was trying, like, in his dream, he was rescuing kids, but it could mean that you're just trying to.
The kids are a symbol of something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but my daughter is just making the funniest noise downstairs, and she's totally watching Frozen 2, and she just goes, "Oh!"
Oh, she's trying to sing. Oh.
It's funny. But yeah, what did you just say?
I think the kids are a symbol of something.
Yes, something else going on in your life that you're trying to
Mhm.
save, and so it could have been like businesses, it could have been, just a personal project that you're trying to do for yourself,
Yeah.
work around the house, like anything like that. And I put that one first just because I just like how that website gives you examples, and that could definitely help you try
Mhm.
to figure out your dreams more. Um, let me see. And these 2 were, I believe I found them under children on there if you want to look, because there was a lot about underneath that
Yeah.
tag or word. So I'll read this one little thing off to you too. It says, negatively, this dream could mean dreaming of children may reflect feelings about yourself or others being helpless, powerless to overcome big challenges, inexperience that prevent you from facing difficulties because problems are too big. Alternatively, from a negative perspective, children may reflect problems that are out of control, new developments that are becoming frustrating, feeling like innocent victim, help me out here.
Vulnerability.
Thank you.
Got you.
In that paragraph, I feel like definitely hits like a ton of feelings that a new mom has.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
I think, um, especially if you already feel that way a little bit, if we've talked about anxiety and stuff like that, and I think everybody has a little anxiety, and self-doubt, but I think some people probably carry more than others, and I think we all carry it differently through different stages of our life. But I think when you already feel that way a little bit, and then you have a new baby and this new identity, I think it's amplified.
for sure. Yes. So I definitely like that little paragraph. Like when I read that, I was like, this makes
Mhm.
like that makes sense where I don't know where all that
I
came
also
from,
think
but
I think you sound like a Beyonce badass. You guys will hear me reference Beyonce a lot. It's synonymous for just general badass in my life.
yeah, she does that a lot. Her
Yes.
and G. Oh, so I looked up priest on this website too. Okay, I'm gonna get a happier mode because even though I'm probably gonna talk about some more negative shit, but woo! Okay. I'm
What?
sorry, I just had to like get a woo out or something because that was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we gotta woo. We gotta woo.
Sometimes you gotta woo it
It's
out.
woo time. It's woo time.
Woo time.
My mom says the woo people. She calls it the woo people whenever there's like a football game or like sporting event and you just hear like people in the crowd
Woo!
go like woo, and but she gets like really pissed off when the woo people like are preventing the quarterback from hearing the plays. Like she and my aunt are like the woo people. And
Oh my
so
gosh.
we need
But
some woo people.
I just pictured like the wave. Woo! Like I feel like that's when you woo.
That's a
Just doing the
positive
wave.
woo person.
I'm telling myself.
They're gonna listen to this and probably be like, "That is not what we say about woo people. You totally butchered that." I'll correct it next episode, guys.
um Okay, so I looked up what a priest could mean again on the dreambible.org, and to dream of a priest, and it says not a preacher, represents moral obligation or ensuring that principles are adhered to. You or a situation in your life may require a stronger sense of discipline, fairness, or proper conduct. A priest may be a sign that something in your life is interesting you in conservative behavior or staying away from bad habits or situations. Which, once again, I feel like it could just mean so many different things for a new mother or a mom in general
Yeah.
with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And like more, I think a lot of people, whether you're religious or Christian or not, you see priests as a moral compass. So, in a way, you as a mom, you are this, new moral compass, and you have to decide how you're going to bring your daughter up. And yeah, tough times.
yeah. Like I liked how it was like, this brought up about staying away from bad habits or situations. And I'm not saying that I don't have a bad like house to bring her up in or anything like that, but
No.
everybody has bad habits that they do not want to. I don't care who you are,
Yeah.
you do not want to give those habits to your kids, or you want to set a better example for your
Yeah.
children and whatnot. So I really liked how that was. And let's see. I looked up the word rescue as well on there. It says negatively, like if you're looking at it that way, rescuing someone in a dream may reflect your desperation to continue bad habits, giving help to bad people or people who don't deserve help. Helping people too much. It may also be a sign that you're aware of a problem you've created for yourself, feeling that you've gotten yourself into trouble or that you have a tendency to get in trouble. And my favorite part on there, do you know what my favorite part was in there?
Hmm.
I thought you were going to guess it, but.
I don't want to be wrong and be embarrassed.
I
Just kidding.
want to guess now. Now you have to guess.
I can't. Uh-oh. Copy.
Yep, you good? You good?
Yeah, that cute exchange was just ruined. So you go ahead and tell us your favorite part.
Yeah, my favorite part was helping people too much.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of took that like upon myself thinking like I can be a yeser. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at saying no. Like if someone needs something from me, like yep, 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 yep.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I should be like, no, I can't do that. No, I don't have time for that. No.
So on that note, I looked up the significance of the number 4.
Okay.
And I kind of thought of that in your situation, which I tend to be a yes person too. Not to myself. I'm working on that, but to others.
Same. Yep, me too.
Um, so the number 4, this is off dreammoods.com, but the number 4, it says denotes stability, physical limitations, and earthly things. So that I thought was kind of a vague interpretation, but furthermore, it says it stands for materialistic matters and how you get things done. So I kind of thought of you, like how you get things done. Like you tend to be a doer and like a helper
Mhm.
for others. So like you see this kind of weird situation, so you step in, to get things done and to get as many other women's babies back as you can, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and this was funnily enough, I love puns. Alternatively, the dream may be a pun on being, quote, for something, quote, for a position. I was like, really? That's a stretch.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
I mean, it could be.
I don't
Not in
know.
this
I don't
case.
I don't know about punny dream interpretation, but okay. And then in Asian cultures, the number 4 is a metaphor for death, which was like, boom. Um,
Oh.
yeah, but so it's kind of ironic, like your baby was going to be the 4th.
One in there.
You,
Yeah.
yes, but you prevented that, which then prevented them from dying or getting hurt or whatever was going to happen.
Yeah, and I do want to say for the record, I don't like. I don't know. I don't recall like any of the babies were dead in my dream. But now that I said that, I feel like I can't say that. I just don't know, and it's awful. I'm gonna look up
Yeah.
4 in my dream encyclopedia here real quick and see what it says. Cause I'm just curious now because I didn't think about looking that up. Let's see what this one says. And this is from the dream encyclopedia that I have, which is the second edition, if you guys are new listeners, by James R. Lewis and Evelyn Dorothy Oliver. 4 is the number of stability upon which all is based. The 4 sides to a square, the 4 seasons, the 4 directions, the 4 elements, and the 4 mental functions: thought, feeling, sense, and intuition.
So, like much of dream culture and interpretation and quote dream science, a lot of it's up for debate. So I think a lot of it's kind of your own personal interpretation of it.
For sure. So
Is
like that's
important.
what I when I was reading about this stuff on like dreambible.org, I kind of pulled out the things that like reflected onto this dream and what it could have been and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not, like there's so many more different things that were on there, but I did have 2 more things written down. This was just a tidbit. This really didn't have anything to do with my dream, but I just thought it was interesting and I liked it, so I wanted to bring it up. And it says, pregnant women commonly dream of their husbands rescuing them. This may reflect their heightened sensitivity about everyday life becoming increasingly harder as their pregnancy progresses. I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I just like that little. I didn't have any of those, and
I'm excited for hopefully we're still doing this podcast when I have a baby and all the crazy. I'm excited, but I'm also terrified all the pregnancy dreams I'll have.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sensitive. I think most women are to like hormonal changes, and that brings up a whole nother set of fears and anxieties and whatnot. But I'm sure a lot of essential oils and yoga will be had during that time.
I don't like to be the person that's like, don't do this or don't do that when you're pregnant or this or that. But I'm going to be that person. Do not fall asleep watching Grey's Anatomy every night when you are pregnant.
Yeah, I'm in medicine, so.
I know, but Grey's Anatomy.
That's why I don't watch Grey's when I get home.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy, literally, what can go wrong will go wrong, and that's why I had some of the most like fucked up dreams ever.
They need a disclosure statement. Let me tell you that.
Seriously, my mom yelled at me. She was like, "Do not watch Grey's Anatomy anymore. Not
Promise,
until you have your baby."
not all of us in medicine suck that bad, and we're not all that dramatic. And we do practice sterile technique and CPR the right way. Anyways.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Shout out, Michael Scott.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Grey's Anatomy does that too. Oh man, all the Michael Scott. Oh, one more example that they brought up, and this was under the rescue thing. The rescue definition thing. It says a woman dreamed of having to save her baby from drowning. In waking life, she was trying to desperately save her business in a tough economic conditions, which was kind of like the same thing that I said earlier, but it was under a different, it was under the children thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought that was funny because, not funny, that was such a wrong word to say, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Because I felt like that's what I was doing, was saving children from drowning. And I felt like I could relate to that in the way that, like, not my business was drowning, but in a way, because I did kind of feel that way a little bit because I groomed dogs and I just felt like they were all just like,
professionally, you were changing. Like again,
Yes.
your identity was changing, and I'm sure a lot of women can relate to that, and men can relate to that when they have children.
For sure.
So I think it's kind of interesting. So this will be our third episode, and I think last episode I made it, maybe the first one I made it like an inference or a reference to like the Garden of Eden and like a biblical reference.
Oh, that was last week in our naked rants.
Yeah. So I kind of think of this as like Moses and how they had to give up. I think it was their firstborn son.
Mm.
And how
Something
Moses
like
was
that.
saved in a basket and all that.
Like put them up as an
And
offering.
yeah, and I think different cultures, this seems very well, Moses was spared in the basket, and so I kind of like think of you as almost this like angelic figure who saved these children. And again, dreams are not a literal interpretation by any means, but I think you can carry a lot of guilt after a dream
But
like
I'm
this.
not angelic.
But where I'm getting at is I think you can carry a lot of dreams. Ironically, I have a little angel made out of seashells right next to my desk right now. I think you can carry a lot of guilt after a dream like this, but try not to focus on that and paint yourself in a positive light.
Yes.
Just generally throughout life. So I see you as that like again, Beyonce angel who went in as a badass and saved Moses, saved these little babies.
Save the baby.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing. I know that was toughie.
Yeah, that was a rough
I'll have
one.
a toughie or two down the line for sure. Just kind of.
I felt like I needed to though. I felt like I needed to talk about a darker-ish one, a darker one, because that was dark. That wasn't darker-ish.
No, yeah.
On that note, I'm going to refill my beverage. So, BRB.
Okay.
Back with my beverage. So, you're going to give us some laughs, right?
Yes. So mine is like not even closely related. So I apologize, and I don't know, apologize, but here it goes.
Do not apologize. We all need a laugh after that one.
So for those of you who have not seen, I'm gonna plug Tiger King here. For those of you who have not seen Tiger King yet on Netflix, I don't know where you've been. B, you're not properly social distancing then, because that's the only way Tiger King was that famous, because we had nothing else to do but watch.
Did you see like that meme? And it was like something like someone was whispering to Trump's ear, like, "What do we do next?" And he was like, "Release the tiger."
That's fantastic. Gosh, so much I can say about that, but that kind of gives you, if you didn't see it, I want you to pause this episode, go watch the entire series, and then come back and listen to my dream, because it will be way funnier. So in my dream, you also need to know Breaking Bad. If you have not seen Breaking Bad, again, you have not, of course, here she is with a guilty face. If you have not,
So I've seen half of it.
okay.
And so I know, like, no, I've seen a good bit of it, but this is weird and off topic. But we were watching it the one time, like this is when we lived in the apartment, and we were binging it, as you do. And next thing you know, we pressed like play on the next one, and then it started playing the spinoff Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
But it just like jumped from that to like episode 1, and like we were like, are we watching the same show?
I could see that. That would get confusing. Yeah.
And we weren't. I don't know what happened with Netflix. We were probably hungover, to be honest, but anyway,
Oh,
so I have a background of it, so I'm
okay.
ready.
So again, for those listeners who I care about oh so deeply, and we are amidst a freaking-demic, pause what you're doing and immediately go start watching Breaking Bad, because it is phenomenal.
I'll have to finish that one.
With that in mind, after you've done those two things, you may then be privileged to listen to my dream. No, just kidding. So, in my dream, it starts out I'm in a house, this like beaten down house, and it seems that I'm running from the police.
I don't know why I'm already laughing, and I think it's just your face right now because she is just so excited, and I think because I already watched her laugh about the dream before I pressed record. But I'm here. I'm ready for it,
I
and
also
I'm so
tend
excited.
to, so I'm the type of person, and I mean everybody does this, but G gets really angry at me because I have a dream in my or a story in my head that I'm about to tell somebody, and I get really excited about it, and I start laughing to the point, the belly laughs where you can't talk.
Uh-huh.
I do that all the time at like my own stories. So I'm not about the belly laugh. I already got that out off recording. Sorry, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, you
So,
might. It's gonna happen.
so I'm in this like beaten down house, and it seems like I'm running from the police, and it's like out in like the desert, which is basically where Breaking Bad takes place. And it seems like I'm like being framed for a crime, and I don't know what the crime was, but it's pretty heavy, so it seems like murder or something. And I don't know who I'm there with at the time, but I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta run. Like I gotta flee the police. So I start running through the desert, and then I end up at what seems like this like rundown petting zoo in the middle of nowhere. And kind of like on the zoo, like Joe Exotic's like backyard.
Yeah, you're doing meth.
Yeah. So yeah, right. I'm probably doing meth running through the petting zoo. That's probably why the police are coming for me. But so it looks like, and again, if you've not seen the documentary, go do it. But it's basically um, like those metal fences that are like really beaten down and like kind of grungy looking.
Rusty.
Yeah, like the old school fences. Um, and
Like a chain link fence.
yeah, and I'm like running through that like a maze. But the only animals that are here are zebras. Okay, there's no tigers, they're just a bunch of zebras. And the zebras can talk to me.
Dr. Doolittle!
Exactly. That's why I like lost it when you said Dr. Doolittle. I'm like, oh my God. So the zebras could talk to me, and I'm like, guys, not right now. I'm running from the police. And this one zebra would not freaking leave me alone. So one was like going like ape shit, zebra shit. They were like running, and I had to like escape it. Like it was almost like a stampede. So I like dodged that zebra, did not run me over. But this other zebra would not leave me alone. Okay. And mind you, they can talk to me. So the zebra just broke up with her boyfriend.
Oh,
And she just kept telling me about this awful breakup and about how he's with his ex. It's a freaking zebra, guys. Okay. So like if you've seen the movies like Zootopia or what's that one movie, Madagascar. Mind you, I
yeah.
don't have kids. I have not recently watched Madagascar. I actually cannot even like make it through that movie.
We just watched Zootopia the other day.
Zootopia is cute. I can get down on that. And so she's just going off and chatting in my ear about her freaking ex and the terrible breakup they had. And I was like, I cannot deal with this right now. I am getting chased by the police.
I am on meth.
Apparently she's all jacked up on meth too. So finally, I escaped this crazy freaking petting zoo just to go back to my door. Like I was so happy to get back to my rundown house just to have the police at my door. Okay, so I should have stayed in the freaking petting zoo. And then the police at my door it was like the brother-in-law from Breaking Bad, who is a police officer.
Yeah.
So he was there to arrest me. So I was like Walter White in the dream. And he was like, listen, Walt, it's time. And I woke up, and that's it. It's a short one, but it is freaking crazy. I told y'all I was going to change things up.
You did. I like it. I'm here for it. Like when you were talking to the zebra and the zebra was talking to you about I got real hung up on this part for some reason. And I was trying so hard not to laugh while you would talk because I was like, I can't get her going if I start laughing.
I won't be able to stop.
Exactly. So I just pictured I don't know why, but like I can't even remember there's a zebra in Madagascar, but I'm pretty sure the zebra in Madagascar is a boy. But
It
I
is.
pictured your zebra with purple lipstick on and like these big eyelashes. I don't know why, but that's what
that
like
was it. Like real obnoxious, like
yeah,
all up in my face, and
like a hey girl, I gotta tell you all about this, like blah 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 blah. Like that's how I took it.
exactly. And I think she's why I got caught because she was so damn loud, and I was all hyped up on meth apparently. So
Yeah, you definitely were
for
on
the
meth.
record, I've never done meth in my life, guys. That zebra has, but not me.
So were you watching Tiger King before you went to bed this night?
No, but there's so many memes and stuff all over the internet.
Everywhere.
And I'm also obsessed with that TikTok video. Carol Baskin
Killed her husband, whacked
whacked
him.
him. Yup. So if you guys have not heard that one,
Tiger's snacking.
shoot. But I don't know why I don't know why mine was a zebra.
What's your favorite animal? I don't think I know this about you.
I actually haven't thought about this in a while. Dolphins, I think dolphins have always kind of been my favorite animal, and I still love them. I think they're pretty cool. I'm okay with zebras. I don't have strong particular feelings either way towards them.
I mean, I'm cool with them. They're I don't know.
So,
There were zebras at like this safari park. Oh gosh, like this is also what I was picturing when you were talking about this dream, because there's a safari park down near my parents in Memphis that like you drive through and you buy buckets of feed and you just let these like fucking animals come up and just eat out of the buckets of the food, and like the ostriches are fucking like terrifying. Like I'd be like, "Why'd your window up? The ostriches are coming!" 'Cause their big neck would just be like, "Buck, buck, 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 buck."
I think ostriches are like the only birds I don't have in my backyard right now.
Oh
It's
gosh,
probably for the best. Um,
flamingos? Excuse me.
all right. Yeah, I need to rectify that statement. There are a lot of birds I don't have in my backyard. I did have a bald eagle though. So I'm looking up now I don't know how reliable this website is. I gotta step up my dream source game, guys. But antiflow.com.
Oh, are you on your period?
I'm right, but I'm digging the website. So the meaning of a zebra in your dream can mean things are going to be up and down in your life. Um, Ultimately, the particular zebra symbol asks you not to become frustrated when faced with difficulty. Hardship can be a component of life and really should be anticipated every so often. Thank you for that deep insight. Um,
Uh, I just looked up in my book here what zoo could mean, and I mean I wouldn't call what I mean. I guess it was like a petting zoo. So it says this place is a zoo is a common description of chaos and confusion. Dreaming of a zoo may indicate that the dreamer needs to tidy up some situation.
yeah, I think this is all absolutely relevant given we are amidst a freaking world pandemic.
Yeah.
And now
Just
we're starting to open stuff back up, and I have no idea how it's going to affect us personally or professionally. So
yeah.
look at that freaking chatty zebra. I think she holds some significance. It's funny though, you like look this stuff up, and a lot of people think dreams are just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. And sometimes they are, but I think if you really sit down and look at stuff, it can tell you a little bit about what you're feeling.
Yeah, like I mean there's people that study dreams for a reason. Like they hold something. Like they
hmm If for nothing
not
else, meditation is difficult and self-reflection. So in a way, it just forces you to stop and kind of meditate in a way.
yeah.
So yeah,
It
that's
definitely
what I
gets you to like
dream.
reflect and everything. And I mean, like, there's people that study dreams, and that's why all these websites are out there, and these books and everything are out there. But then, like, I don't know. Then there's people like me and you that are just interested in them, and like, I'm gonna pull from this random website. I'm gonna pull from this random website just because I like to see what other people
I'd
know
like to
or have
dive
said.
more into like, and we're gonna do this over time. Instead of maybe telling a dream, talking more about how dreams play a role in other cultures or what another culture might think about. This is kind of, we're learning this craft as well with you guys. And if you hear our dreams and you find any interesting interpretation or similarities, or you notice something interesting, please let us know.
Yeah.
You can let us know on our Instagram or on our email.
Yep.
Is it WTF Did I Dream Last Night at
Yep.
gmail.com?
Yes. Yes.
Well, look at that, guys. No script. Boom.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing. I think I mentioned a little bit of this last week, but we're gonna start doing listener your guys' dreams in a little segment, like a little like not segment. It's gonna be its own little like bonus episode every here and then called Dream Mail.
Yes.
Thanks, Tara, for coming up with our name for
Trademark.
that. Trademark. So definitely share your dreams with us, guys. We're gonna read them and talk about different things of what we think they could mean and everything. So you can email those, like Jess just said, at WTF Did I Dream Last Night at gmail.com, or message us on our Instagram. If you guys are our Instagram also is WTF Did I Dream Last Night. We'll keep it simple for you guys. Same thing. If you guys have Apple Podcast, if you guys could leave us a review, definitely helps out. And just write a little bit of something. We definitely would appreciate that so much.
Yeah, and
A
if
good
there's stuff you
review.
want to hear, yeah, preferably a good review, but we also want feedback. So the email is a great way to contact us. If you have any
Yes.
feedback of what you want to hear more of, what you want to hear less of. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys.
If you don't want to hear us laughing, you're at the wrong place because that's
Yeah,
always
we are
happening.
giggle machines.
Facts.
Laughter is the best medicine.
You betcha.
Well, sweet. Well,
All right,
anything
guys.
else you want to tell these crazy kids?
No, just thanks for listening, all you cool cats and kittens.
Love it. Shout out Carol Baskin. I hope she's going to be a listener. Yes.
Husband whacked him.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we will see you next week. And in the meantime, happy dreaming.
Bye.
Bye.